October is National Fire Prevention Month, and statistics show on average firefighters respond to a home fire once every 24 seconds. Dave White joins us this morning to discuss 3 steps you can take to protect your home and keep your family safe. Dave, thank you so much for joining us this morning.
Thanks for having me.
So where should families start when it comes to planning for fire safety?
I would start with smoke alarms. A lot of people didn't realize this, but after about 10 years, smoke alarms really lose their effectiveness. So you can still test them and it sounds like they're going to beep, but the sensors inside can actually go bad. So the rule of thumb is toss at 10, start again. Sort of makes sense, right? And when you replace them, there's really a lot of great new technology out there. For example, our product experts and Kidde have partnered to create some really innovative technology in smoke alarms. And I would recommend something like this Kidde interconnected wireless smoke and carbon monoxide detector. That's a mouthful, I know. But first of all, it protects against fire and carbon monoxide, so that's really, really important. And then you notice I said interconnected wireless. I know that sounds really high tech. What it means is that these units will actually speak to each other. So if you're alerted, let's say there's a fire in the basement and you're on the 3rd floor, if you've got a unit upstairs as well, they all alert at the same time. And it's a voice alert too, which is helpful because it's a lot more effective than just a beep. It'll even tell you if it's carbon monoxide or smoke. And the cool thing here is that it's worry-free. So it's got a 10-year lithium battery. So for the whole life of the thing, you don't have to touch or worry about the battery. You don't have to have an electrician to wire them together because they're completely wireless and extremely easy to install. And you can even use the wireless, the bridge to connect to your smartphone and get alerts or text to your smartphone if there's an issue in the home. So a lot of great technology, and only at Home Depot.
Absolutely. So you said toss at 10, but is there something we should be doing to check in between those 10 years to make sure they're working properly?
Yeah, absolutely. So most fire smoke detectors have a test button. So you want to hit that regularly just to make sure it's still working. And this time of year is great. So Fire Prevention Month. Go ahead and change the batteries in all your smoke detectors. It just makes sense. And use a battery that's high quality, obviously, like the Duracell Quantum. These are great because you can buy them in bulk. You can buy large packs and never have to worry about it. They'll store for like 10 years, so they will actually hold their charge for up to 10 years, and they even have a little gauge on there where you can test them. So it makes it a lot easier every year when you need to do that replacement.
That's great. So what's another thing people should look at to keep their home safe?
So having working fire extinguishers, at least one on every floor, but typically it's nice to have them in specific areas like garages and kitchens that are a little more prone to fire. And they're rated for different types of fires, for electrical or for flammable liquids, or you don't have to really worry too much. All you have to do is read the package, right? So it'll tell you if it's perfect for the kitchen, for example, that's going to deal with flammable liquids like grease fires and electrical fires. And other ones are more general, so for other areas of your home, again, just read the package. But it is important that you know how to use the fire extinguisher when the time comes. Don't just assume that you're going to be able to think through this in an emergency. So think pass, okay? So the first thing you want to do is pull the pin. That means that it's going to be activated. The next thing you want to do is aim. Aim at the base of the fire, right? Then you squeeze the trigger. Then you sweep back and forth. It's very, very simple, but it's something you want to think about before you get to an actual emergency. And then finally, you make sure that if you do have fire extinguishers, that you check to make sure they're fully charged. And if they're not, just go ahead and replace them.
Thank you, Dave. And is there anything else that you recommend for our viewers?
Yeah, there's another area of the home, so your electrical system is prone. A lot of fires start with electrical system and outlets with short circuits. You can actually install these arc fault circuit interrupt outlets. They replace just a standard outlet, and in the series of outlets, if it detects an arc fault or sort of a short circuit, then it'll actually pop and shut that whole circuit down before it can actually start a fire. So some simple things like that may be good to think about.
Absolutely. So if our viewers want more information, how can they do that?
Well, just come on into the store, talk to one of our associates, or go online to homedepot.com/fire safety.
Dave, thank you so much.
Thank you.